Well, ladies and gentlemen, the good old saying, get woke, go broke, is something that has been going around for quite some time now. It's been going around for at least, 4 or 5 years now at this point. Who's really keeping track? But ultimately, we have another example of what happens when you get woke and you go broke and you have to make the big boy decisions. A big boy decision that you didn't have to make if you were giving fans what they wanted in the first place. It says from an article from Phantom Pulse, after a chaotic board meeting, Bob Iger from Disney lays off 15 Marvel employees. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, 15 Marvel employees got the axe simply because they couldn't afford to keep them around anymore.
All right, good job, guys. Let's just not come in tomorrow.
So let's get into this article, guys, from Phantom Pulse. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. It says the systematic problems of Disney are finally taking a toll on Marvel Entertainment. As troubles shake the board and Disney stock keeps falling under Bob Iger's tenure, Marvel is laying off employees. Now, really quick, Marvel laying off employees is not just for wokeness, okay? I understand you're gonna have people out there try to gaslight you into saying, oh, this is nothing to do with woke. It has to do with the industry changes. No, bro, it has to absolutely do with a multitude of things. Wokeness is 100% one of them. If they didn't decide to completely ruin the MCU and go the way of some weird MCU version in Phase 4 and completely go off the fucking rails in Phase 5 to the point where now they're trying to reset the story to some extent, it is ridiculous what they did with an absolutely insane money printing machine. They took it and they just said, you know what? We're Marvel. We're Marvel. We could do whatever the fuck we want, and everybody's going to buy whatever we put out because we're Marvel. I guarantee you that was their attitude, and now they're realizing very quickly that that's not how things works at all. Like, nothing works that way. You are only as good as your last performance. That's something that I learned at my previous job, that you're only as good as your last performance. So you are only as good as your last movie in this case, and unfortunately for Marvel, you've had quite the amount of bombs. It is ridiculous. I'm almost losing track at the kind of bombs that you've had. And the Marvels that just recently came out, that was the biggest flop yet, and that was such a money loser that I think that's what ended up causing these fires that happened at Marvel. Then it says Marvel Studios is coming off of its worst year as the Marvels broke record for low sales, and fans were apathetic to the high-budget Secret Invasion and the subsequent diversity fest of Echo. Coupled with Jonathan Majors being ousted as Kang from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it looks like the next phase of Marvel's plans unraveled right before viewers' eyes, like Thanos snapping it out of existence. You kind of get what get what's coming to you, though. You know what I mean? I feel like all of this is well-deserved for Marvel and Disney as a whole, considering how much they hate fans, considering how they never wanted to give fans what they actually wanted. Yeah, I feel like you deserve this. I feel like this is karma coming back at you. The first warning of the industry came last year as IDW Publishing laid off nearly 40% of its staff. Now, that's another company that went woke and got broke. What they did with the Transformers series, ridiculous. The license-heavy company posted major losses and delisted from the New York Stock Exchange amidst its troubles, with many wondering when the shoe would drop to hit one of the larger comic entertainment companies. In March, Bob Iger hinted that changes would be coming to Disney after this recent round of expensive failures. He said, you have to kill things you no longer believe in, and that's not easy in this business because either you've gotten started, you have some sunk cost, or its relationship with either your employees or with the creative community. Bob Iger also said in February, we've reduced output, particularly at Marvel. When you fix or when you address these issues in movies, you do three things. You get aggressive at making sure the films you're making can be even better. Sometimes you kill projects you don't believe in. And of course, you put new things in the pipeline that you do believe in, that you have much more confidence in. And we're doing all of that. Now, we did see examples of them canceling a few shows that they initially said were going to come out that they completely, you could tell they had no confidence in, right? I'm shocked that they even came out with Echo, but I feel like they had to come out with Echo. Echo was so far gone in its production, and Echo was basically, how many check boxes did Echo do? I mean, she was disabled, she was a person of color, she was indigenous, she was also a female, she was deaf, right? Like, I mean, she had so many check boxes. It was a massive ESG win for Disney that I don't think they were going to cancel that. I think they put it out there. That's why they put all the episodes out there at once. They tried to claim it was TV M rated, which nobody saw where the M was. They put it out there and they had no confidence and they just let it sink, right? They tried to claim massive viewership win in the first week and then they never spoke about it again, not even realizing, or they do realize, but unfortunately normies don't realize that when they release all these episodes in one shot, there's a reason why they do this, right? It's so that they can claim high viewership in the first week. That way their investors are happy, or they seem happy. And then after the first week, they never mention it again. After a fight with the board to keep his post, Marvel Entertainment is now laying off 15 employees. According to Hollywood Reporter, these will be positions in production and development at Marvel Entertainment and Marvel Studios. No word has come from the comic book end of the industry yet if the slashes might eventually impact there, and I think they will. I think that Marvel's comics are doing so damn poorly, and DC Comics too as well, that they are definitely going to start making some cuts really soon. They cannot sustain this. They can get subsidized by the Disney parks for as long as they possibly can, but eventually what's going to happen is if you're not making money on these avenues, you're going to have to start questioning what are you wasting money for, right? Like, obviously we know that Disney is a propaganda machine. We know Disney focuses on the message. That's what they invest their money into, and even if they have to lose money in the entertainment sector, they're going to be subsidized by the fact that the parks do really well, and Disney also has a lot of real estate investments and a massive portfolio there. So they get money from a plenty of different avenues that they don't actually need their entertainment sector to be successful. All they need it is to at least break even or get close to. If they can lose a little bit of money and get their message out there, that's more important to them than making a ton of money and keeping their entertainment sector alive. I'm just being honest with you. Disney has already been producing less Marvel content and pushing back releases of shows they have slated for their latest MCU Diversity Fest, like Ironheart. Oh, I can't wait for Ironheart to come out. I can't wait. I don't know about you guys. I cannot wait for Ironheart to come out. There's been so many talks of this show being canceled. I genuinely want to see Ironheart come out because I just know the roasting for this show is going to be magnificent. A black female replacement for Iron Man. It appears the higher-ups realize the writing is on the wall and fans have had enough of this type of content. However, they're still charging ahead, in some regards, with Disney slated to release The Acolyte. I can't wait for that either. The Acolyte is going to be hilarious. I cannot wait to see my favorite YouTubers tear that fucking show apart because I know it's going to be quite the scene. Then it says The Acolyte this year in the Star Wars realm. It will be a very expensive lesson for Disney to keep trying to force DEI into their programming and not allow fans to enjoy what they want out of properties like Marvel and Star Wars. So, listen, guys, ultimately, I say this all the time. You can call me black-pilled or whatever. You can call me jaded. I really don't care. Disney has proven time and time again that they're not a company that's for the fans. They're just not, okay? They might have a win here and there, but that win that they have is usually followed by 5 to 10 failures. Like, that's the kind of company you're dealing with. And it goes to show that, unfortunately, they'll put out a win every now and then, like X-Men 97, for example. They'll put out a win, but then it'll get people in there and be like, oh, maybe Disney's changing. And Disney will remind you very quickly with their next project that they're never going to change. Disney is going to be the last one to change. I don't know why people, if they even change, honestly, I feel like Disney would rather at this point die off and ride off into the sunset than actually change. They have gone so far gone. Once you get to the point where you are paying for the transitioning of children, once you get to the point where you are advocating for that kind of stuff, you are too far gone, in my opinion. You are so far gone that you are past saving. I cannot support you. I cannot even look your way in any sense of the word because I am just so much against that absolute fucking nonsense. Let's stop with this belief that Disney's ever going to change. It never is going to change. If you want to watch them, by all means, you are a grown adult. You're more than welcome to do so. I will support you in whatever. But ultimately, I myself cannot support Disney in the slightest. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.